Hello there, my fellow crafters. Welcome back to my channel. It's Terry, here to bring you another Tonic Craft Kit unboxing video. So this is the one for the month of August 2021, and it is, I think it's, if you're still using the numbering system, it's number 26. If you're not using the numbering system anymore, it's the Vintage Pop-Up Sentiments collection. So obviously if you've been subscribed for a while, you'll know that they've recently rebranded and changed the packaging and things, and to be honest, I think I prefer this. I think it looks really nice, and I love having this little wallet to keep my paper and stuff in. So let's just have a look at what we've got, and I'm just going to check the sheet and see if there's any options, because sometimes there's like everyone gets the same, or there's like you'll either get this glitter or that a glitter or whatever, something like that. But no, it looks like we're all getting the same in this month's kit. So first of all, one of my favourite parts is the cardstock and the paper. So we have iridescent mirror card in petal pink, which might make the camera go crazy, but it's gorgeous. And then we've got we've got a sheet of, I think is that Gleaming Lilac Pearlescent card. Oh, it's gorgeous. We've got some classic card in cream, which is timeless classic. We've got Warm Dahlia speciality paper, which again is gorgeous. I've got some of that in my stash already and it's lovely. We've got speciality card Lilac Waves, which you can see has got this like lovely subtle wavy pattern in the background. You've got one of my favourite cards, which is Golden Mosaic. I love this. It's just so classy and gorgeous, and it's great for construction. So if you like your 3D projects, like your gift boxes and whatnot, that's really good for that. We've got another piece of Craft Perfect, which just the classic card in mauve purple, which is really a really pretty shade of sort of lilac-y purple. And then we've got this handmade cotton paper, which is Peach Parfait. That's really pretty. Yeah, it's like a slightly peachier cream, but not true peach, I would say. So yeah, excellent. So that's the lovely palette that we've got to be working with. Which, I mean, I like purples and lilacs and stuff is one of my favourites, and then like golds and creams, it's just so classy. It's really, really classy, which I think, you know, going with this theme of vintage pop-up and having seen like the design team members, because I'm not a design team member, by the way, I just really love Tonic products and their craft kits, and I love sharing my enjoyment of these products with you. So just to clarify that, if in case anyone wasn't sure. So yeah, I think the whole sort of vintage vibe is sort of really nice with this colour palette. So if we have a look at the Nuvo next, dump it all out. We've got some glue, a nice little small bottle of Craft Tacky glue, and I haven't used this before. It's got a precision tip, so grand. Glue's always good. We've got a very vibrant violet infusion glitter. That is gorgeous. That is really, really nice purple. We have a Crystal Drops, a metallic one in pale gold. I think I've already got this one. It's really pretty. We've got some of their brand new, a full-size pack actually, which is unusual. You don't often get the full-size ones. Their brand new chalk mousse, which obviously I haven't used yet. In the colour Iced Plum, and this I believe gives it like a chalky soft finish, so it'll be really nice to use that on some of my projects. We've got Spring Heather, so really beautifully put together in terms of the colour palette and everything. We've got a pack of their card blanks, and if you haven't used their pre-made card blanks. I really like them because, I mean, obviously I can make my own envelopes and card blanks. I've got the supplies to do that, but you know, these are often on special offer, and the quality is 300 GSM, and even the quality of the envelopes is really good as well, so I really like them. And then we've got this teeny tiny sample of soft lilac, and again, I love it when we get these little samples of embossing powder, because you know, you get the chance to try something out, and then if it ends up becoming one of your favourites, like what happened to me one month, we got a silver in the mini pot and I absolutely loved it, so then I went on and bought, you know, the bigger size pot. So excelente. And then we've got our actual dies and stamps. We've also got a little card notifying us of the sale. Oh, that's pretty. Serendipitous sepal. Serendipitous sepal. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Sometimes it's difficult to read scrawly writing, but they look really cute. I love anything. It looks like a lotus. It's like a lotus flower. That's gorgeous. The designer's kit, designer's choice. Oh, it's nearly my birthday, guys. It's my birthday at the beginning of September, so I might have to treat myself to something. And then we've got the stamps and the dies. So it's really great that with this being a pop-up mechanism, and people are probably less familiar, your general crafter is probably less familiar with doing a pop-up card or a card that does something than more advanced crafters. So it's really good to have these instructions. And then you've just got a couple of really nice versatile stamps. You're the best, thank you, and for a friend. Okay, so to make the card itself, you first of all, the instructions are really nice and clear actually. So you need 2 of these dies, this one here, which creates these, and then they've got fold lines on them. You need to create, you're actually, even though you've got a pack of card blanks in there, you're actually creating the card body itself. So you cut out this die 4 times, which is around 3.5 inches by 5 inches. So you cut 4 panels out of that, which actually, if you get if you're in the UK or anywhere that uses A4 or the American 8, I think it's 8.5 by 11, whichever type anyway, you sort of cut it down the middle so that it's like that, and then in half again, so you end up getting 4 pieces, and then you use the die on those 4 pieces. So we're to stick these 2 together and these 2 together, pretty side facing out. So it's actually a smaller card, really. It's smaller than A2, which is 4.25 by 5.5. So they're sort of like mini little note cards. But you can use, you know, the mechanism and the spine and things on bigger cards if you wanted to make bigger cards. You just basically would just use a card blank and just sort of decorate things or just change the measurements around a bit. But in the instructions, so the first bit, it gets you to cut out the 2 of these, and then you have to use these teensy little dies here to cut slits in one of them. And these are the bits that the pop-up mechanism will go through. So it's got flaps on each side which you bend back, and then so basically, in fact, we'll test out our new glue. We will test out our new glue, and I've chosen the gleaming lilac. Is this? Do I have to take anything off it? Oh yeah, I do. That's why. Always good to check these things. So yeah, I've used the beautiful pearlescent card for the pop-up mechanism, and I just used the cream for the main body of the card. So you stick these together and just hold them, so you can see where the bottom of it is there because of the score line, and the top there. So you just sort of hold that in place. For a few moments while it dries. And then it's sort of one under, one over. If you see what I mean on here. One of these little flaps goes under and one goes over. So they're hidden inside the mechanism. So we've got our pretty side out. And then we want a little bit of glue on here. And we want a little bit of glue on here. Seems to be grabbing on quite quickly. And then the same as we did at the other end. It's not too runny, this glue. Yeah, you know, some glues can be quite runny. It's not, it is, well, it's called tacky glue, and it is tacky. Not runny. Stay where I put you. And then I'll set this to one side just to completely dry while we're doing the rest of the assembly. I think that's stuck down enough now. Yep, so these, what do I feel like using a tape runner today? Let's use a tape runner, because this is going to be stuck together using a spine anyway, so I think I'll just use some of this tape runner that I've got lying around. And then maybe just add a bit of glue to the corners as well. I often do that, sort of double up on my adhesive, just to give things a bit of extra security. It's not perfectly aligned, but it's good enough. Crafting, handmade, not Hallmark. It's not about perfection. It's about making something functional and beautiful. Or just beautiful. It's not always functional. Cards are though, aren't they? Okay, so we've now made our front and back card panels. My desk appears to be a bit, I'm just going to give it a little wipe. I was having a major overhaul of my craft room yesterday. I've got a really old craft room tour video up on my YouTube channel from like about 6 months ago, but I just needed more storage space, so I've had like I've ordered some, I ordered some shelf units, and Mr. Vig's put those up for me, and I was just rearranging everything, and it's so much more spacious in here. It's lovely. Right, so the next bit is we attach these bases to the spine, which, as you can see, is perfectly aligned. It's so cute. It's really cute. I know it's small, but it is very cute. So, and with this, it's got two score lines that are quite close together. So you just score one side and then just gently bend and then find the other one. And obviously that's because you're going to have essentially 4 pieces of card inside it. So, attach the base cutouts to the spine die up to the score lines and then fold. So we're going to use some glue on here. And it's the exact right size, which is lovely. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I quite like this glue. It's nice. Gives you a bit of wiggle time, so you can make sure you've got everything aligned. Okay, attach the base cutout to the spine die up to the score lines, then fold. So that's what we've done, and that's what we've got. So we've made our very own card base, and that was really quite easy. So then the next bit is place the wing dies at the centre of the card. Cut the layering die with the 2 diagonal slits which hugs the base of the wing dies. Okay, so it's like you stick that right to the centre, and then when you fold it, it goes back on itself, if you see what I mean. So that goes like into the crease, and then as you fold it, it goes back onto itself. So this is the layering die with the 2 slits, which you then pop over there. And then you've got a decorative mat to put over the top as well. So I just need to pick which colour I want. So I've gone for lilac on the spine and the mechanism. So I think I might go for, you know, I never use this. I've got quite a few pieces of these like speciality papers, and I never use them. So I'm gonna use these guys. Yeah. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and used these 2 dies. I used the beautiful handmade peach paper for my mat, and then I used the decorative die on the golden mosaic. And I just think that looks so classy and pretty. And then obviously to keep the theme of these colours and the purple, I'll include the purple on the sentiment. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on top of here. But basically I haven't glued this down yet, but what happens, it's probably easier if I do it that way around. You just slot these around, and then they sit on there like that, and hide the mechanism. This bit hides this bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to stick these onto here, which you don't want to watch because it's very fiddly. And then I'll come back once we stick these on here. Okay, my friends, so I have adhered both of the mats and the layers down, as you can see, which just looks so classy. I'm really pleased with the way it's coming along. And I was watching one of the design team members and I really liked the way that they decorated their front. So what they did was took this spine die and then just trimmed it, cut an extra one and then trimmed it either side of the little bit, the score line. So basically you end up with two pieces like this, and they put it either side of the front, which I thought was a lovely idea and worked really well. So I've borrowed that and have done that for my own card. I've also cut, so you get there's a couple of different types of, oh, there's dies going everywhere. There's two different decorative dies here to choose from to put onto your spine. So I used this one with the big circle, and then there's that one which is got even more sort of decoration in. So I've cut two of those, one to go on each side on the front. I'm not going to do the back, I don't think. I might do. But really this is just to show you that you can take this as far as you want to. There are so many little decorative elements included in the kit that you can use, or you don't have to use them. It really, really is completely up to you. So for the inside, what you have is this die. You cut that out twice and then glue them together back to back. So obviously because I mean, I guess if you used a double-sided paper like a pearlescent, you might only do one, but I think for strength purposes, just cutting two is the best anyway. So I'll cut two out of the golden mosaic, and then there's this little die here, which looks like Mickey Mouse ears, and I cut that the same, and then there's two sentiment dies that you've got with an oval to cut it out, and there is on your day and just to say. So I chose on your day, again using the same pearlescent card, and then the peach underneath. And then what we do, I'll lift this up so you can see it, we simply slot that into there. I think it's slightly more difficult the other way around, but you just slot it in, and then that's what becomes our pop-up mechanism. So it sort of rocks and pops up. So when an important point to mention, when you're sticking this oval onto the rocking pop-up mechanism, you need to make sure that the top isn't going out further than the width of the card. So just to bear that in mind. And obviously you can have the curly bits at the top or the bottom. Also, there is a bit of a, it's a very fine line, because you'll see these mechanisms come together. If I show you here, and so they won't go any further than that. So they can't, like, you can't have it too far down, otherwise it wouldn't close properly. So yeah, just sort of having it like right at the bottom, or just with a little bit poking over the bottom, I've found has worked. So to complete the inside, I got these, I think probably many people will have this set, many tonic lovers will have this set, or you'll have some basic nesting oval dies in your stash. So I took this one and cut a pearlescent matte, and then I heat embossed You're the Best, which is obviously one of the stamps, onto that, and then I'm going to stick that in that little gap there, so that when you open up the card you see You're the Best. On your day, you're the best. And then also you've got the die to make a little belly band, because as you can see, if you imagine, there's quite a lot going on in here. So when you try and close it, it doesn't sort of close flush or anything. It wants to sort of sit like this. So there is a die. Again, this is clearly described in the instructions. So it's this die, and you cut it twice, and then basically these are your score lines, and you just put glue. You cut it out twice, and then you put glue on each end of the tab to make a belly band. And then again, you can just do that out of a nice cardstock, or they've also included these two dies, these little strip dies. I think this one says With Love, so you could just have With Love going across, but I decided that I wanted to have the other sentiment, so just to say on here. So I used this one, which is just decorative. So I used the handmade cotton paper for the belly band, and then the pearlescent paper and that for this. And I haven't tried it yet, but it should go over. It should go over perfectly. And yeah, there you go, it does. Okay, so just to say, you can take it as far as you want to. You can decorate here, you know, you can add little hearts or little die cuts or anything like that. But what I'm planning on doing is putting these like this on here. I will do that off camera, and then I'll be back in a moment with the finished card. Okay, so here we go. The finished card, small but beautifully formed, is my opinion. I really went to town on this. I used every sort of embellishment die that was included, because I just got carried away, and I just love I love intricate dies like this. I mean, the paper piecing as well that you could do. You could spend absolutely hours and create like a bunch of like really special note cards. It's generic sort of sentiments as well, like just to say on your day you're the best. You know, it can be used for so many different occasions. And obviously I've only used 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the card out of all of the card in the pack, which I believe is 7 or 8 sheets. So as you can see, I did go ahead and cut 2 extra panels for the back because I wanted it to match. The belly band, as you can see, it is necessary because there is quite a bit of bulk in the card, but giving that to someone, it's quite obvious what they need to do, and it does come off very easily. And then you then open it up, and here we go, on your day. And I use obviously one of the sentiments in the kit, because in my videos I like to use all or as many of the products in the kit as I can. The only thing extra that I've used is gold embossing powder and this little bit of cream coloured card, because I used up the whole cream sheet on the actual base of the card. But I think that is absolutely stunning, and it's obviously it's dinky, it's cute, but I mean, you could people could display it like that, you know, on their mantelpiece, and it would just look lovely. You know, it stands up like that, you know, or it could stand up like that, or they could put the belly band back on. You know, there's lots of ways. So I've barely touched the Nuvo, so there's definitely going to be a follow-up video to this. I've already got ideas about using different shaped cards. This is 5 inches. I was thinking about doing a 5-inch square card. I would definitely want to play with the Nuvo chalk mousse and the other Nuvo products, so there's definitely going to be a part 2, as there usually is. Thank you for spending this time with me today. As always, I really appreciate it. And any comments or questions, just leave them below. It's always lovely to have a chat with you and in the comments, and just answer any questions or just have a general bit of a natter. And just take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see and speak to you again very soon. Take care and bye for now.